Trail of Tears documentary, why I loved watching it so much. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, if you haven't watched The Trail of Tears, I highly recommend it. It's on YouTube and it's free. And you just have to search in Trail of Tears documentary. And it's about an hour and 20 minutes long, and it's beautifully done. I love history, and as many of you know, I'm a pushing 70-year-old full-time college student who's graduating this month, and then I will start back in the fall for another degree, most likely. Anyhow, one of my final papers, actually it was my final paper that I had to write on, it was on the documentary A Trail of Tears. I had to watch the movie and watch it. I'd never seen the movie before. Okay, I'd never seen it. And it was so enlightening, absolutely enlightening. And like I said, I love history, although that's not my major, of course. And I've always loved history. And when I hear sometimes that history, they talk about taking history out of the classroom, I go, accurate history is so important. Inaccurate history is what they should take out of the classroom. But we need to always have accurate history. And because it teaches us what went right and what went wrong. It can empower us or disempower us. And so we have to know history. And the Trail of Tears is basically about the Native American Indians and how mistreated they were, how their personal property that they had accumulated and built in their businesses and their life had been taken away from them. And they were forced to go and leave with nothing but the clothes on their back and go a long journey towards the West. And many of them died of diseases such as cholera. They froze, not enough food, all kinds of horrible stories that this documentary embraced. And I think it's so important for people to watch it. And when I say I loved watching it, what I mean is it made me realize that was a part of history that was so awful, and that we pray that it never happens to anyone ever again in any time period, whether it's this country or any other country, any group of people. No one should have to sustain what the Native Americans had to sustain during that horrific time. I remember one part they said that they made laws that they could take over the Native Americans, their personal property. And their personal property was taken over and auctioned off to anybody that wanted to buy it. Here, their personal property was taken, and it was okay to do so. When we start treading on people's basic human rights, that's horrible. And these people were peace-loving, wonderful people, unlike what got portrayed as we were growing up in the cowboy and Indian TV shows. There was so much false history put out there. And the Indian people were amazing people. And so if you have not seen A Trail of Tears, I highly recommend it. It's powerful. It will enlighten you. And if you love history, I think it will mean a lot to you to watch it. And I think that the story itself is just powerful. And it shows us what can happen when one group of people thinks that they're better than another group of people. God created us all equal. It's man who made us not equal. Okay, God created us all equal, everybody. And so everybody has personal human rights. And so, watching this documentary is very eye-opening, and it really makes you aware of what happens when we start thinking we're better than somebody else or someone else is better than we are, that what can happen. And we don't ever want to see a repeat like that in history again. So if you get a chance, go watch it. It's called A Trail of Tears. It's amazing and wonderful. From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.